Hey team, Danielle Shomkel here, your diamond leader. I just wanted to go over some important information with you that I learned a while ago, and I've been meaning to make this video forever, seriously. But it has been a crazy month, a crazy couple months, and so I am just now getting this done. So sorry for taking forever, but today I wanted to talk about personal development. This is huge for me, and it is a huge part of my business. I do personal development every day and encourage all of you to do personal development. Now, some of you are new, or some of you may be, just like me. I found this, after being in for almost a year and a half. And I never really did personal development, never really thought that it was important. But this is why I'm here. I'm going to teach you what I do and the importance of personal development and how it's going to help your business. So, I use a system called Core 4, and I learned this from Amber and Josh Parker at one of their trainings. They talked about it a ton at all of their trainings, and I just never knew what it was. And I did some research, but I couldn't find anything on it. And so finally Jess and I asked what Core 4 was at one of our trainings that we were at a couple months ago. And Amber Parker did a call for us, and it was seriously amazing. So that is what I'm here to share with you. So it's just called Core 4, and it is a system broken down into 4 parts, and it is going to balance your life completely. You're going to work on 4 different areas of your life. It's not just going to be business. It's not just going to be personal. It's going to develop you all the way around. So I'm just going to go over that with you. I made a little chart because it's kind of easier. I hope you guys can see this. I'll go over it too so that you can understand it a little bit better. It's broken into 4 parts, like I said. So it's broken into body, being, balance, and business. And all of those 4 categories are going to be 1 point, okay? And it's a point system, so you want to keep track of the points you get every day for the whole week. Now, with that being said, before I dive into this is not for you to be hard on yourself or to say, well, crap, I only did 2 of these parts today, like I suck, da-da-da-da. No, it's supposed to be a positive thing, and it's supposed to say, oh my gosh, with how crazy today was, I still got 2 of these personal development stuff done. Like, that's huge. It's supposed to help you grow, so I do not want you to take this negative at all. If you are, don't do it, okay? It needs to be a positive experience, because if it's negative, you're not going to get anything out of this personal development at all, okay? So, it needs to be positive. End of story. So this is body. All of the 4 categories have 2 subcategories that are each a half a point, okay? So in body, we'll start there. Body has nutrition and exercise, okay? And each of those are a half a point, and that equals the 1 point, okay? For nutrition, I honestly just make sure I take my greens and my ThermoFit and my Fat Fighters and my Confianza. Those 4 products I make sure I do every day, okay? And that is my nutrition. Your nutrition can be, if you're following a diet, make sure that you're following the diet. Your nutrition can be using the skincare products. Your nutrition can be, making sure you drink your water. It can be anything, okay? Just make it something that you can do, okay? If you're outside, or if you're out running errands all day, or, you're meeting with potentials, or, like, you're going to work and you know that you're not going to have a ton of time to do this, make and set goals for yourself for the next day where you can get this stuff done, okay? Like I said, this is stuff that you want. This is positive. You do not want to set yourself up for failure. If you know you're not going to get a lot of stuff done the next day, then don't set high goals, okay? So if on nutrition, all you can do is make sure you drink water that day, cool. Just do that. If it's, okay, I can definitely do my greens before I go to work. do your greens, okay? Make it so simple. It doesn't have to be for or all the products. It doesn't have to be this crazy elaborate diet that you've, been wanting to try. If you don't have the time, don't do that, okay? Make it super simple. Set yourself up for success, okay? That's a huge part of this. Okay, and then exercise is the next one. Exercise can be anything. I mean, like I said, if you have a busy day, it can be you do 10 sit-ups and you do 10 push-ups before you leave the house. Simple. If you have more time, you walk on the treadmill, or you do your normal exercise routine, or you do your, your video, your exercise video. I do a Julian Michaels video because I love it. So do what you can, like I said. And then when you do it, you get half a point, and if you don't, you don't. It's not something that you can cheat on. It's not something that you want to cheat on because you're cheating on yourself, okay? This is to benefit you. There are days, there's more days than I want to admit that I don't exercise, okay? Because I am talking to you guys, I am talking to potentials, and I just am in the zone and I totally forget. Or, 3 hours go by and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just lost 3 hours of my day doing what? Talking to you guys and potentials. That's way more important than doing my exercise or, So it's okay if you miss it. It seriously is. If I'm halfway through the day and I'm like, or if it's like 8 o'clock at night, which it's 9:30 here now, but if it's like now, I haven't done exercise, so guess what I'm going to do? After I'm done making this video, my husband's outside playing basketball, I'm going to go shoot some hoops with him and do that. Simple, okay? Make sure you strive to finish all of them every day, okay? Because that's going to help you grow, and that's going to, is what's going to give you personal development and make yourself grow, okay? Okay, so being, the next one is being, and that is your spiritual, okay? So that is to study, whether that being your own personal development, so whether that being, you read like how to love yourself, or just bettering yourself. Like if you're spiritual, read your scriptures, or whatever that is, okay? Study. So I read You're Badass by Jen Sincero. That is seriously the best book for personal development that I have come upon so far. She tells you how it is, and she tells you that your happiness comes before everyone else's. If you're not happy, then no one else around you is going to be that happy. You are the most important thing ever. Amber Parker said the coolest thing on the training Saturday. She said, your family is going to come and go. Your friends in this business and outside of this business are going to come and go. You are the only person you will ever be with for your whole life. Okay? From the day you're born till the day you die, you have to live with yourself for your whole life. Do you love yourself? Do you want to be with yourself your whole life? Well, guess what? You have to. So why not be happy? Why not love yourself and, and not suffer your whole life, okay? So this being part is huge to me. Like, I make sure I do this part every day, because I need it. I have been through a lot in the past 3 months. My family's kind of been through a roller coaster, and if it wasn't for this personal development, I seriously don't know how I would have made it through, okay? So this part is super big for me, and I could talk about it all the day long. But if you have any questions about like personal development stuff, or books or stuff that you can read on that, come to me. I can help you, and we'll find stuff. Okay, so that's the first part. So study is the first part, and then the second part is meditation. So you can really meditate, which I have been trying to do. It's super hard. It's a good habit to get into, but it's definitely more challenging. My mind is always going like a million miles an hour. I always have like 15 to 20 things on my mind at one time. My husband tells me all the time, whoa, I just lit up my face, that I am super spacey and I forget everything all the time, okay? Like I cannot remember anything because I have a ton of things on my mind. So meditation is kind of challenging for me right now, but it's super, like, I love it, okay? It's super challenging, but it is making me a better person. Along with meditation, sometimes if I can't, like, if I just wake up and I'm like, there is no way I can sit and meditate today, like, at all, I will get in the shower and I will dream. I will imagine my life in the next couple years, where I'm going to be, what my house is going to look like, where, like what car I'm going to drive, what car my husband's going to drive, how much money I want in the bank, just like all of my dreams, okay? All of them, like being completely and 100% out of debt. I just sit in the shower and I meditate. There's days where I take like 4 showers because I'm like, okay, I really need to refocus. And so I take 4 showers because for some reason in the shower I can meditate. Now, I know some of you have your certain place where you can like seriously zone in on things and like have no distractions. So go there, do that. If you have to take 5 showers a day, take 5 showers a day. You don't have to wash your body every day, but just get in the shower and just sit and meditate. That's what I do. So I dream. If you haven't done your dream board, do your dream board. That's huge, okay? And dream big, like huge. I will go get my dream board at the end and show you, so you guys can have an idea of how to dream, okay? Because it's like, you don't want to just be like, well, I want to get out of debt, or, I want to be, like, I don't know, people just make it super hard, and it's not, okay? Like, they just have their house and their cars on there. Like, I have hair skin removal. Like, I hate hair on my body, and so I want it completely gone. That's on my dream board. I want a new diamond ring. That's on my dream board. I want, like my cars are on my dream board. I want to travel way more than I do. So make it just super simple. So dream. That's a good meditation one. Okay. So you do those 2 and then you'll get that point. So that's being, okay. And then balance. I'm trying to see if you can see that. Balance is your relationships, okay? So there's the personal one, and the personal one is split into 2. So the personal one is your personal relationships. So that's either a husband, your spouse, your partner. You want to give them time every day, and just show them how much you appreciate them, or, just spend time with them without your phone. Sorry, my cat. And, just make sure that they are feeling loved. I know that I can get into this business where I'm just working, and I'm doing so good, and I'm just in the zone, and seriously, nothing anyone says to me will, like, register. Like, I'm just, like, in the zone, okay? And I, like I said, 3 hours will go by, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I just lost 3 hours. So I have to make sure that I turn my phone off, and I turn the computer off, the TV off, and we spend an hour together. There are days where my husband, he does work still, and he works 12-hour days, and so there's days where I'm just, like, super busy, and we have a ton planned when he does get home, and so I will just send him a text and just be like, hey, babe, like, thanks so much for everything you do for our family, for going to work, like, I really appreciate it, and thank you for letting me stay home with Jackson and be able to be a good mom. Send him that, and more than half the time he's like, are you alright? Like, what's going on? He's gotten used to it now, but when I first started doing this, he was like, are you okay? Like, what's going on with you? So it will take some getting used to, and you might feel uncomfortable. Maybe you're not super affectionate, or you're not like lovey-dovey like that, and it might be awkward, but I promise you that building your relationships is going to just balance your life out in all the other areas even more, okay? The second part of personal is your children. So your kids, or if you don't have kids, then it's just your husband. But kids, I do where if I haven't planned a play date with Jackson during the day, or we're just sitting at home, I make sure I take an hour with him, and we either go to the park since it's super nice outside in the in summer. I take him to our pool. We go swimming for an hour. Or I sit down and I watch, like, his little kid shows with him for a half hour to an hour. And I just interact with him, like, just make sure that it's just me and him, and that I'm giving him the full attention that he needs, okay? Because, like I said, there's times where, like, he'll be playing in his room and I'm just working, and I'm there with him, but I'm not giving him the full attention that he needs. And so this hour with him definitely helps, and lets him know that I still love him even though I work like crazy. So that is the personal part of it. Then the second part of balance in your relationship is the business part of it, okay? So every day for business, I give a shout out to someone on my team that is killing it, okay? If they're signing up, a ton of distributors or a ton of loyal customers, or their team is killing it, I shout out to them and their team. I also do, if someone is struggling and I know they're struggling, I give a shout out to them and just say how much I appreciate them and love them and are thinking about them, and just give them support, okay? That's like the biggest thing, okay? You want to just give them support if they need it. So that is business. And so that's balance. So like I said, it's a half a point each, and you get 1 point if you do it. So simple as that. The last one is business. Hold it up for you guys so if you're taking notes you can see. Business, okay? That is one of my favorites too. Being and balance are my favorite. Just because balance, I struggle with recognition. I know it is huge and I am working on it because I am not perfect. And that is my struggle, and so is body. I have never really taken care of myself. It's never been a priority to me, especially now that I'm a mom. That's the last thing on my mind. So that's super hard for me. But business, I'll go back to business. Business is 2 parts. So the first one is study, and that can be, if you go watch YouTube videos. I love Jade Hooper. I love Lisa Fuller. I love Denise Walsh. I just watch all of their stuff, okay? Find leaders that you like. Find leaders that you're yeah, I could totally do that. She makes it so simple, okay? So find leaders that you watch their videos. Watch videos. You can study the party pad. Study the compensation plan. Go into your eSuite and mess around. I still do that, okay? I'm still, are learning so much about everything. Sorry, people think that because you've been in for a certain amount of time that you know everything, or they also think that they need to know everything before they jump into the business and really dive deep. Guys, I've been in over a year and a half. I think it's 17 months. 20 months. Sorry, guys. I can't do my math. 20 months. So almost 2 years, and I still am learning, okay? Ambassador Jade Hooper is still learning. Ambassador Amber Parker is still learning, okay? You're never gonna be where you need to be. You're always gonna be learning. The company's gonna keep changing things to evolve with how we're growing. So there's always something you can learn, okay? If you need help with that, message me. I'm here to do that. I'm here to help you. I can be your study that day. We can bounce back ideas on what might work for you, what might not work for you. If you need some new ideas, we can do that for your study, okay? But let me know and I can help you with that. There's a ton of Audible books. I'm super into that right now because I can put that in my car and I can listen to it in my car when I'm driving around everywhere. I can listen to it while I'm in the shower, meditating. I can 2 in 1, I'm done, John C. Maxwell is a good one. Zig Ziglar is a good one. Zig Ziglar has an amazing sealing the deal or how to close the deal, something like that. So his is really, really good. And John C. Maxwell has a ton of leadership books that are super good. So it just depends on what aspect of the business that you're in right now, or what area you're in, and what you want to work on. Right now I'm working only on leadership because I want to be a good leader for everyone, for all of you watching this. I want to be there. I want to be that leader that you feel like you can come to and ask, and I can give you an answer that will work for you. So that's where I'm at right now. I need to definitely learn how to be a better leader, and so that's what I'm diving into. Okay, so study, that's the first part. Second part, execute. Okay, you can study all day long. You can watch YouTube video after YouTube video after YouTube video, taking a notebook full of notes, having a notebook full of notes to try and prepare yourself. But all of that stuff is never going to get you anywhere if you don't do it, okay? If you, say, okay, cool, I'm going to start, I love this video of how to seal the deal, but, I need to watch more, or I need to learn how to do this and this and this and this. Guys, I still learn how to do new things. I still learn, new tricks, or I try the different way leaders do things different ways. Like the people at the top have done this business completely different, have ran it completely different. And so I take little things that I learn from everyone and I make it my own. So I'm like, oh, I really like this idea, and I'm going to try it with this idea and this idea all together. I'm going to do that. So it's about finding your things, your groove, and how you do things, okay? But that's execute. Sorry, I can't talk. Every time I see the word execute, I think of executive. I just go there. Anyway, so yeah, that's execute. But like I said, if you don't do it, then, you know, all those notes are going to be completely useless. So do it, okay? That is pretty much core 4. So, like I said, if you do it, you get the point. If you don't, you don't, okay? And then so it's 4 points a day, 28 points a week, and then you just add it up. And you can reward yourself if you're super competitive. You can just, you know, be like, okay, cool, if I get this done, I'm going to buy a new t-shirt, or I'm going to buy, you know, that It Works shirt I always wanted, or I'm going to go get my nails done, or whatever you want, okay? Or I'm going to get my hair done. So it can be like that, or it can just be like, I'm just going to do it. And that's how I have been. I'm just going to do it, and I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to take no for an answer. I'm going to make sure it gets done. But like I said, too, there are those days, like I said, I'm not perfect. There are those days where I'm like, well, I got one of the groups done. That's great. Cool. You know, and then I move on and I plan the next day, and I just try harder the next day. So this is core 4. I want you all to start doing it. And because this is how you're going to become a better leader, and this is how you're going to become successful. Because if you don't grow yourself and better yourself, then how can you help others, and how can you help others better themselves as well? So this is core 4. If you have any questions, just let me know. But I challenge you all to do this every day, all the time, because I know it will change your life. So, have an amazing night. Bye.